Hello everyone, and shut the hell up, Nancy. Okay, try that again. Hello everyone, and welcome to my Let's Play for Nancy Drew, Legend of the Crystal Skull. I'm sorry I have not put anything out in a while. I was actually in Mexico for a week, like right after I uploaded the last part of Midnight in Salem, so I couldn't record anything for a week. And then, when I got back, I actually it was a combination of not feeling very good and just not being kind of burnt out on the series, I guess, after the misery that was the ending of Midnight in Salem. It kind of burned me out on the series for a little bit because it was not great and I was so disappointed in that game. And I also came back kind of sick. I've been in self-isolation for the last 14 days because of the whole COVID-19 situation going on right now. I woke up with a really bad fever a couple days ago. It has since gone away, but I still have a sore throat and am coughing a little bit. I've been tested already, and I'm still waiting on the results, so you don't have to worry about that. Either way, I'm not really worried. But, yeah, I'm going to try and perk my spirits up a bit by playing through this game, because I actually enjoy Crystal Skull quite a bit, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And I'll try not to sound too sick, but it might sound a little sick, so sorry. I apologize in advance if I cough a lot. So let's get her started.
Current assignment. What assignment? Bess and I are flying to New Orleans for a long weekend.
Why does Henry
Bolet
Bolet have like one shaved eyebrow?
Okay, so I'm also going to visit
I
Ned's
don't
friend
understand.
Henry Bolet, but only as a favor to Ned. Apparently, Henry's uncle just died, and he had to go down there
looks
for
so
a couple
weird.
of
I
weeks.
can't look away
Ned
from
says
it.
Henry's a nice guy, but kind of a loner who might appreciate a little company.
It begins.
So, the first thing I'll do is leave Bess at our hotel in the French Quarter and take a cab out to the mansion where Henry's staying.
Ooh.
Ned called him and said I'd be coming. But
How
once
does
that's
Ned know
done,
this
it'll be
strange
lazy
man?
les bon temps pour les. The only bad news is the weather's not supposed to be that great this weekend. But what's a little stormy weather when you're in the heart of the Big Easy, right? Right.
She sounds pretty reassured there. So, there's no assignment as of right now. We're just going down there to check in on this weird dude, see if he's okay, and then the plan is to get fucking drunk! And just hit up New Orleans and, I don't know, maybe get our beads or something. I don't know. Maybe Nancy and Bess are just gonna flash people. Who knows? Nah, it's not gonna be one of those kind of games. Oh. Yep. I keep forgetting that this is on here. It's weird because, like, I don't really consider this one of the scarier games in this series. Like, I guess it has a horror element to it. But, like, it's not really in-your-face scary. At least to me. Like some of the other games are. Open up.
Hello?
We're already
Anybody here?
encountering ghosts. Who opened that fucking door? How convenient. Like, legit, who actually opened it? There's nobody here.
Hi.
Oh, fuck.
The door was open.
Hello, weird masked man in your fedora. The door was open, so I let myself in. Don't know how it was open, but it's there. Jesus. Jesus Christ. That's Nancy. That's my imitation of
Here,
Nancy
drink
choking
this.
on the powder.
What is it?
Something
It's
to
like
make
diarrhea
you
in a
better.
cup.
Drink it. Just a couple sips.
How about no?
No thank you.
I'll pass.
Don't make
I'll pass
her
on
drink
your
any of
diarrhea.
little concoctions. Then I really will have to take her to the emergency room.
Thank
just
you for
go
backing
back to
me
your
up,
phone
Henry.
call and leave us be. Don't pay him any mind.
Where am I?
You're at Henry Bolet's house, dear, in the
Kidnapped
library.
you.
He and I carried you in here after I found you unconscious in the foyer.
Why is it so dark in here?
The electricity went out.
Of course it
Lightning
did.
must have struck a transformer somewhere. What happened? Can you remember?
Well, the front door was open, so I walked
I remember
in,
a door
and
opening
then I saw
mysteriously
this-
for me for absolutely no
well,
reason.
I saw a skeleton. and then he saw me.
Skeleton warriors.
Started flickering, and he threw something at me that exploded. The smoke must have made me pass out.
Was it a firecracker? Was it a Christmas cracker?
I'm sure it was just someone, you know, wearing a costume or something. I'm Nancy Drew, by the way. I came to see Henry.
So we surmised. I'm Renee Amand. I'm Bruno Bolet's housekeeper. That is, I was.
So why are you still here?
Skeleton that attacked you. Perhaps we should call the police.
No.
I agree.
No emergency room, no police. Things are complicated enough as it is.
I always love how it, like every Nancy Drew game when something goes down, it's like,
so I'm gonna get back to
should
my
we call the
grandpa.
police? And
You need
people
anything?
always
I'll
find
be
an excuse
outside in
not
the
to call the
garden.
police. It's like, we found like this decapitated corpse in the shut up, Henry. It's like, hey, we found this like decapitated corpse in the garage. Should we call the police? No, that would just complicate things. I want to deal with this myself. Let me deal with it. Okay, so one other thing I forgot to mention is that I actually played through like the first hour, I want to say, already. But of course, my thing wasn't recording properly. So yeah, I lost all of my recording. So I'm gonna try. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try my best. It's pretty late tonight. I'm gonna try my best to retrace my steps from the first video, but I may do things in a different order. I'm not sure. So I actually do like this game a lot. It's one of the better games, I think, in the series. I think it's pretty cool. The atmosphere is pretty neat. Story is pretty cool. I enjoy it. Miniature Modelers of America, Bruno Bolet. Oop.
I just found a glass
Eyeballs.
eye. Did Bruno Bolet wear one?
Yep, wore a glass eye for as long as I can remember. Had a whole collection of them. Liked to wear a different color every day.
So why does he leave them all over the place? Why did he leave one in his trophy? Strange, but okay. Oh, I got a bunch of files. And then we got Mr. Bolet himself. This weird dude who wears a glove on one hand.
Nice to meet you. Ned sent you here to check up on me, huh?
Do you mind?
Not really. Ned's a nice guy. I mean, I really don't.
I don't
know
got any
him
other
that
friends,
well,
so it's
just
nice
from
someone
school.
looks out for
But
me.
when I mentioned that my only living relative just died, he was all like, "Yeah, how you feeling, man? You doing okay? Want to talk?" Of course, I guess I do.
Makes
come
Ned
across
sound like
as
a stoner. It's
needy
hilarious.
sometimes.
You look pretty busy.
Great Uncle Bruno named me executor of his estate, which means I have to make sure all his bills are paid and debts taken care of so his assets can be distributed. Unfortunately, he couldn't have cared less about little things like keeping records or balancing checkbooks. Dealing with his creditors and their lawyers has been an absolute nightmare.
He made you his executor? You two must have been close.
Not really. My parents died in a car crash when I was 8. Since I had no other relatives, he took me in. Or should I say he shipped me out? Boarding school, summer camp, military school, college. He may have looked after me, but he never spent any time with me. I didn't
What is
know
he
him at
doing
all.
with his fingers there? He's
So,
like making some
thanks for
weird
stopping
gang
by,
sign in
Nancy.
the background.
Now you can report back to Ned that I'm fine and go enjoy New Orleans.
You bet I can.
I sure can, but I'm not going to.
Fuck.
Not until I know who
We were
that
close.
skeleton man was,
We were close.
and what he was doing here, and why he knocked me out like that. Look, I can understand you're not wanting to call the police.
How is his
Somebody
laptop
should
still
investigate,
working if there's
and
no
since
power?
playing detective is kind of a hobby with me.
No offense, but are you sure
That's
you didn't
actually,
just pass out
like,
from the
a
heat and
point I
humidity
never
or something
considered.
and dream that you saw
Like,
the
when did this
skeleton?
come out? Like 2006 or 2007? He's on that laptop for like the entire fucking game. I refuse to believe there's a battery that existed in 2007 that would have lasted like fucking 8 hours without having to be recharged. That's bullshit. I don't believe it.
I'm positive.
Okay, look around all you want, but I should probably warn you, Uncle Bruno was into exotic pets. Didn't believe in cages, so he gave him the run of the place. And just because he's dead doesn't mean they are. So if you're gonna go poking around, be careful.
You saying he's keeping like fucking dangerous creatures in here? That's a good sign. What do we got? Absolutely nothing. There's an iguana just sitting up there, and yes, that is a live iguana. It's just sitting up there doing nothing. Got a bunch of teeth books. Some teeth. Okay. What else do we gotta look at? A ship? No. Okay. I think that's all there is to look at in here. Look at this thing. Looks very similar to the clock from Stay Tuned for Danger. I think there may have been some reused assets here. Indeed. What else we got? We got little pictures. I don't think those are very important. Why don't we check out the foyer where the dude attacked us? What do we got? We got a crow with a boot print. We got a receipt and a piece of charcoal. Why would anybody keep pictures like this? Like, okay, it's a certain style, I guess. Fucking Christ. That guy's got a fucking axe. Like, why would you... Weird shit. Okay, what do we got here? So we got this whole fucking thing mapped out. Oh. Because he's actually got, like, this entire graveyard in his backyard for some reason. Okay, I didn't mean to do that a third time. 40 Winks Mausoleum. Oh! There's an eyeball! I actually didn't find that the first time I played. Look at that. Finding new stuff already. Maybe it's a good thing that I had to replay this twice. There's Burn! Bernie the Croc in the back. Yeah. So I don't actually remember this game that well. I think I've played it through like maybe twice at the most. Kind of reminds me of like the old Secrets Can Kill intro music. So yeah, hopefully this game doesn't give me too many issues, but I'm sure the late game I'll probably get stuck a few times. But like I said, I've actually played this first like hour or so already, so I kind of have an idea of at least what I did the first time. Okay. So you got a code defined here. Something to do with the mausoleum later on. Seeping Meadow. Is that it? Is that all there is to look at here? I think. For now, anyway. Okay. Okay, I think this is a record of all the people that are buried in the cemetery outside. So we're gonna need that for a later puzzle in the game, I think. Oh, God. So this fucking thing, you're gonna be saved a lot of pain and misery here, I hope anyway, because this thing took me forever to figure out the first time. I remember this puzzle being really shitty before, and it is absolutely really shitty. But you have the benefit of me actually figuring this out once already, so you're welcome. As long as I don't fuck it up, which I probably will once or twice. Send this marble up here. Then we can Send this marble this way to block that light. Okay. You gotta be very careful with this thing because it's really easy to put it in a spot where you don't, like, you can't move it anymore. So you gotta be really careful with it. There we go. That took me, like, not gonna lie, like 25 minutes in my first run, so at least we didn't have to see that. Okay. So we got more eyeballs. We already got 3 eyeballs. Look at all them eyeballs. I don't think there's anything else left to look at in this room for right now. This is a really creepy house. Like, it's really, like, just run down and just old looking in general.
That's the front door, but I'm not leaving until I figure out what Mr. Skeleton Man was up to.
Of course you aren't. Okay, well, we might as well go upstairs while we're here. Oh, Jesus. What's in here? The most barren room in existence. Why did this fucker just leave his eyeballs everywhere? Like, you think he would have kept them in one location. Like, how is he... Oh, I really want that purple eyeball today. Where did I leave it? Oh, yeah, I left it in my trophy. In my fucking library. Or, oh, I left it in my mausoleum in my miniature set. Like... And some of these eyeballs are, like, ridiculously hard to find. It's like, why did you just leave them everywhere? Okay, can't get in there yet because it's locked up tight. Yes, Nancy, we know it's locked. We understand. Okay, so the only other place is to go outside and see what fucking Renee's up to. I guess we can talk to Henry while we're in here.
Yes?
What's up?
Is your great-uncle's estate worth very much?
I have no idea. Nor will I until I get all his affairs settled. He was a dentist for most of his life, so he must have had some money squirreled away. As you can tell, he was darn good at squirreling away junk.
Like you're squirreled away junk. I don't know. Actually, like, weirdly, I've heard, like, a lot of the fan base, like, finds this guy attractive, and I don't get it, but to each their own, I guess.
He never got married?
No way. I can't imagine anyone putting up with him for a day, let alone for a lifetime.
Ooh, harsh words, harsh words.
Why is there an empty frame in the gallery in the other room?
Apparently someone stole the canvas. Renee says it disappeared sometime after Bruno died.
What was it a painting of, do you know?
It was of my parents. I think it was painted in the garden out back. Renee doesn't like me. Wouldn't surprise me if she took it out of spite.
I found this scrap of paper in the fireplace. Do you know anything about it?
Do you know anything about this
No.
burnt scrap?
You always go digging around in people's fireplaces?
Just looking for something that might tell me who that skeleton man was.
Ah. Anything else?
Why is there a model of a cemetery in the other room?
Because Great Uncle Bruno used to oversee the cemetery next door. Made that scale model so he could keep track of where everything, or should I say everyone, was. Crafted all those miniature crypts himself. And people think I'm weird.
Do you know what this is? I found it in the other room.
Looks to me like some kind of tracing.
I was thinking
Looks
that
to me
maybe
like a
my
boot.
skeleton
Look at
man
that
left
boot
it
heel.
behind.
Well, I sure don't know anything about it. Anything else?
Not a damn
I'll check
thing,
back with
Henry.
you later.
Whatever.
His hair looks unnaturally greasy. Like, I know it's just like the animation, but it looks like he hasn't showered in fucking years. Renee, you old
Nancy,
crotch. What's going on?
welcome to my little lantern-lit corner of the world.
You like to grow things. That's
It's
a
little
good
wet out
observation
here.
there, Nancy.
I don't mind.
What a
No
conversation,
one should mind
almost.
the rain. Without it, the end of the world would come much too soon. Did you and Henry have a nice chat?
We talked.
Henry's
We had
a
a talk.
very morose, very negative young man. Very cunning,
Negative.
too. In
He's a
fact,
very
I'll
negative.
bet
He
a
does
certain
not like my
he's been
plants.
selling off Dr. Bolay's belongings
That wasn't
on
a
the
southern
sly.
accent. He's very negative. Doesn't like my plants. That's a little bit better.
Won't all of Dr.
I'm not
Bolay's
good at
belongings go
accents,
to
I'm
Henry
sorry.
anyway?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
According to Dr. Bolay's
not.
will, Henry is to get 30% of the estate. Dr. Bolay's physician, Gilbert Buford, gets 30%.
Mr.
Our Lady of
Gilbert.
Route 57 School of Dentistry and Cosmetology gets 30%, and I am to receive 10%.
What was in that concoction you wanted me to drink after I got knocked out?
Yes.
Never you mind.
Piss and
It was
vinegar.
just a little remedy I brewed up on the spot to help you feel better.
If you don't like Henry that much, how come you're still here?
I'm here because Dr. Bolay paid me in advance, and I always
Did he?
fulfill my obligations.
Did he? Did he do it for you?
Have you ever seen this before? I found it by that scale model of the cemetery that's inside the house.
It's a mystery to me. I suggest you ask Henry. He leaves things lying around all the time. I guess it figures I won't notice amid all the other clutter. But I do. I notice everything.
Do you know?
How else may I be of service to you?
What can you tell me about the painting that's missing from the frame in the gallery?
Very little, I'm afraid. I didn't notice the picture was gone until after the reception following Dr. Bolay's funeral. I cannot even tell you what it was a picture of.
A rogue testicle.
If you don't mind my asking, what's in that little pouch you wear around your neck?
Things. Secret things.
Ugh.
Things that give me special talents.
It's probably
and
like
special
human
ties to
fingernails or
man.
something.
People usually laugh when I say this.
Ground
But
up
this
human
pouch
teeth.
is my connection to the energy that powers the universe.
Oh,
Well, at least you didn't laugh.
I'd better get going.
One more
God,
thing.
she's weird.
I,
It's,
too, have seen the skeleton man.
have you?
After Dr. Bolay passed,
Is it
that
you?
night,
Are you the skeleton
I saw
man?
him in the hallway. He was there, then he was gone. So you best be careful, Nancy Drew, because if it was Mr. Death, and I truly think it was, he's come back.
Why wouldn't you be the most worried about that, Renee? Because you're like old as shit. Okay, so I'm gonna check real quick to see if I'm actually recording audio right now, because I don't know if I am. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just didn't know if I had hit the record button on the audio, and it turns out I did, so I'm ahead of the game. Jesus.
That
Why
should
don't-
keep you guys quiet for a
Why
while.
is there just a fucking wasp nest in this guy's yard? Why? Like, Renee, do something. I'm sure Bruno didn't hire you on to just tend to your plants all day. The man's dead. He doesn't care. What's going on with these fireflies? Okay, interesting. Where am I going here? There we go. Bruno Bolay. This weird thing. These dudes. I see. So that lifts one feather up. Every time you click on a head, it changes the positions of the feathers on his head. If I remember right, this is like the last puzzle in the game, so I'll leave that for a little bit later. I think you can look at this fountain. Yeah. So there's a key down there, but there's a spider guarding it, so we can't get it without getting that spider out of there first. I think you gotta play certain notes or something. I don't know. Let's look at our task list.
Did that.
Talked to Renee. Saw the skeleton man.
All done.
Grandfather clock I haven't figured out. Significance of that tracing. Check out what's left of the
Still have
receipt.
to do that.
Compass. See if anyone knows why one
Did
of the
that.
frames is empty. What's up with the skill
Did that.
model. Play the game in the Great Hall.
All done.
Yeah.
Check.
Cemetery we need to explore.
All done.
We explored the garden. Okay, so let's explore the cemetery. See what's going on in here. This place is really massive, so it's really easy to get lost. Forty Winks Mausoleum. Hey, it's the bayou. This is where Bernie usually is, but he does not seem to be here right now. Jesus, how would Nancy even walk through this? This mud would just be like quicksand at this point. Gross. What's this way? We got Terra Siesta. And we got Slumber Gardens. It's down here. Big ass tree. I think this takes us back to the gate, right? Yeah. That takes us back to the fountain. I think up here is the mausoleum, if I remember right. Yeah. Okay, so here's our
rubbings.
rubbings.
Anything camouflaged in that design, I'm gonna need some paper.
There's rubbins here. Need some paper and something to write on. Something to write with. So I think this is where we came from, right? Yeah. So if we go down here, that leads us to this thing, which is just overlooking the graveyard. Down here, Charlie Wicker. And it looks like we have compass directions underneath. So that's interesting. What's down this way? Living Roots Memorial. Right. Can't do much, honestly. Okay, that's where we came from. The only place we haven't gone is this way, which is just a low wall with... Hey, I was looking around. There's just nothing here. Yet, anyway. Except for these weird mushrooms fucking growing everywhere. I'm gonna guess we're probably gonna have to collect those at some point. I think that's all we can do in the cemetery right now, except for this. We can take this off the top, which we're not gonna use until much later in the game. Okay, so we got the cemetery. Need to get some paper, look around for some chalk. We got the charcoal already.
Still have to do that.
We don't have the key to the crypt.
Still have to do that.
Okay. So we need paper.
Hello
Renee, you
again.
got some paper for me?
Do you by any chance have some plain paper that I could use?
I most
Got some
certainly
paper
do.
for me,
But
Renee?
it's up in my room, and I'm afraid I cannot retrieve it for you until I'm finished here. You get the sudden urge to draw a picture?
Yep.
Something like that.
John, stick
I know,
figures.
I'll help you. That way you'll get done faster.
Fuck.
Gracious, you are the picture of impatience, aren't you? Well, I appreciate the offer. But here, why don't you just take this instead? It's an extra key to my room.
Oh my
Paper's
god,
in the
thank you,
drawer in my
Renee.
nightstand. Just go on up and help yourself. But make sure you lock the
You
door.
just became my
You
favorite character.
I trust. But Henry,
Not only
him I do not.
I really appreciate
not
this.
only do you not make us do chores,
And
you
long as
don't
you're
make
going
us do
up there,
chores
my
when we
appetite could
ask
use a little
either,
placating,
which is
So I would be
amazing.
much obliged if you would bring me a candy bar from my nightstand.
I would
And
be
take
happy
one for
to.
yourself while you're at it.
Oh, what a nice woman. My viewpoint on her is already turning around. Henry, you suck.
Yes?
How come your great-uncle's crypt is in the garden? And
Why can't you be more like Renee and give me access to shit
It's
without
kinda
having to
weird.
do anything?
Apparently, he built the crypt himself, but he never indicated in his will or anywhere else that that's where he wanted to be buried. I stuck his ashes in there anyway and had the thing inscribed. If that's not what he wanted, too bad.
I'll check back with you later.
Fuck you, Uncle
Whatever.
Bruno. That's what you get. You get what you get. Ooh, why are we hearing scary music all of a sudden? I don't like it. So I'm gonna assume this is Renee's room. What do we got in here? God, this room's fucking rank as shit too. What do we got? Oh, our paper. Perfect. Hey, Cookie
One
Crinkle
for Renee.
bars. Just like a fucking year's supply of these things.
And
in
one
here.
for me. Yum.
They're just crispy bars with a different name. Let's have one more. So you can actually kill yourself by eating too many chocolates. That is actually a death in the game. You can give yourself a stomach ache and like actually destroy yourself. Why was that chair rocking? It's not good. Are there supernatural forces at work here that I should know about? Okay, there's a chest. But I don't know what equals what. So I don't think we can do it. We need to make these symbols on the four corners, but we don't know what buttons equal what things yet. I don't think it's trial and error. I hope not, because that would be a pain in the ass. But what do we got here? Oh my god, lightning. Some random satanic rituals going on in here, Renee. You got some splaining to do. Pick a powder. Why would anyone have this? What's the purpose? Like, just to be mildly annoying to your guests? Why would they make such a thing? That's dumb. So now we have our papers. So is this Bruno's room then? Fuck, man. This is dire. This is some dire stuff. Holy shit. I'm sorry, Bruno. I mean, I know he's dead at this point, but fuck me. Good lord. Unless he was sleeping with Renee. There's a thought I don't need. Ugh. There's an image I don't need. You're haunting me in my sleep tonight. Renee!
You bring me that cocoa kringle bar like I asked?
I did.
Right here.
Bless you. I'm so hungry I could devour these plants I'm potting up, dirt and all. How else may I be of service to you?
Whose boat is tied up down there where the bayou comes up to the cemetery? Do you know?
That
Is it
would be my
Bernie's?
boat. Comes
Oh.
in very handy when I need to forage for certain swamp-dwelling plants.
I need to forage for berries like an animal.
Those weird symbols on the wall in your room. Do you know who painted them?
You trying to raise
The
Beelzebub,
fact of the matter
Renee?
is, there's a spirit living in that wall.
Oh my
A
god.
spirit.
Got a voice that'd send shivers down the spine of Dracula himself. Used to hear it sometimes.
What a description.
In the dead of night, half talking, half whispering, saying this one word I never heard before, like it was from a language no one on earth spoke.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly, I knew. The
What?
spirit was trying to cast a spell on me. So I got me a book and found
Yeah.
out that by painting the word I heard on the wall, syllable by syllable, in hoodoo signs, I could counteract the word's power. And you know what? The spirit has not spoken that word or any other since.
Why are
What
you
was the
still
word?
here?
Darling, a
I'm
sack
still
full of water
confused.
moccasins couldn't get me to say that word out loud. Nor will
Did-
I write
like,
it down.
Bruno
no,
didn't
sir.
leave
Not
you the
ever,
house.
Ever.
He left it to Henry, so why are you still
I better
here?
get going.
Thanks for coming by.
Are you just staying on the property because Henry allows? I don't know. People are weird. Okay, let's go see what we can do with these paperworks out in the cemetery. I think it's too forward, if I remember. Excellent. Okay. Let's do some rubbins. Let's get rubby with this crypt. What a nice worm. I'll take that, thank you very much. A crow. Some bones. And a casket. Perfect. So I think this probably has something... Oh, I went the wrong way. I think this probably has something to do with the miniature mausoleum and his little setup in the foyer. So now we can go back there. I actually like the smooth jazz in this game too. Nice soft jazz, very atmospheric. Listen to that trumpet just go. Good shit. So for this, you have to match up the patterns on the outside, I believe. So flowers, the coffin is already there. Perfect. The earthworm is this one. The crow is this one. Which means that... Where are you, crow? Right here. Which means that this one must be these two bones. Perfect. So I'm gonna guess this is the mausoleum key. This does not look like an exact replica of the cemetery. I'm sorry. This makes no sense. I don't know. I mean, I guess. It doesn't look like the pathways go like this, though. Whatever, I guess. Siestas. Yeah, I guess they do, I guess. Drowning crypts. Crowing crypts. Yeah, I suppose. Weird. The pathways just don't look like they actually go like that, but maybe they do. So now we should be able to bust into that mausoleum. Hey, Henry's gone! Snooping his stuff. What the fuck? Why aren't we snooping in his shed? Oh, damn it. To the crypt we go. Oh, Jesus. Henry with the fake crime. The extremely fake crime. Let's bust open this shit. Claude Boulay. Marianne Boulay. Marcel Boulay. Fifi Boulay.
This must be the painting that goes in that empty frame.
The painting. The painting indeed. Mausoleums are such a weird concept to me, because, like, no one is buried in a mausoleum up here. Like, I realize they do it in, like, the south, especially in rainy areas like New Orleans, because the ground is way too soggy. But, like, they're such a cool idea, but I've just, like, I don't think I've ever actually seen one in real life. Because they just don't exist up here. Henry, why are we got fake crying out there?
Yes?
Oh, we can't ask him?
I'll let you get back to work.
Groovy.
Okay, we're just not going to acknowledge that that happened? Comfort the man, Nancy. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is the missing painting. You can throw up there. And I think this is pretty much where I left off last time, if I remember. Figure out what's in this big books we haven't done. Figured out the significance of the tracing. Haven't figured out the receipt yet. We'll have to call Bess. Combination.
Check.
Did the lock we found. We haven't found the position. We did get some papers. We found the key to the crypt. Got the crowbar. Got the key. Haven't figured out the chest yet. Figured out the symbols. Still have to do that. Oh, okay. No, it's not.
Did that.
Made the rubbings.
Check. Did that.
Okay, so we are making progress. But I think this is pretty much where I left off last time, other than just calling people, so I can give some people a call. What do we call the cab company? I never called them last time. What do they do?
Due to current weather and road conditions, cab service to the greater New Orleans area has been temporarily suspended. We regret being unable to serve you at this time.
What a shitty cab company. What if someone was stranded somewhere? They'd have no way to get home. That's bullshit. Ned, your friend's a bit of a weirdo. Why did you put me in this situation?
Hello? Nancy?
Hey, Ned.
It's about time you called. Did you make it to New Orleans okay?
Yep.
No.
Have you seen Henry?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I like the way you said that. Is he okay?
He's fine. Well, he's the executor of his great-uncle Bruno's estate, which he's not real happy about. But he and his great-uncle weren't that close, so he's not grief-stricken or anything.
Well then, are you okay?
Other than being
Not at
attacked
all,
on my
Ned.
way into Henry's house by a skeleton
I'm drenched like a drowned
knocked out by
rat.
the smoke bomb he threw at me, I'm fine too.
What?
Let's just say that I've stumbled onto a mystery, and I'm not leaving till I solve it. It's also raining cats and dogs, and there's no cab service, so I'm kind of stuck out here anyway.
Good
Is
shit.
Bess with you?
No, I told her I'd meet her back at the hotel.
So tell me about this skeleton man.
Well, it was
It's a
someone in a
skeleton.
costume, obviously. He or she was leaning over something in the great room when I walked in and surprised them.
So they threw a smoke bomb at you and ran?
Yeah, I must have interrupted whatever they were doing.
What were they leaning over?
A scale model of the cemetery next door. Henry
It was
says his
Fred from
great-uncle Bruno
Scooby-Doo.
made it
Fred
so
with
he
his
could
red
keep track of
ascot.
who was buried there. Apparently,
He's
Bruno
jealous
used to
of Nancy
oversee the
Drew
cemetery.
solving cases. He wants to be the only
Right
one in
near the
town who
scale
solves
model, I
cases.
found a tracing of some kind
We
of
solved the
symbol.
mystery. We can go
I'm
home.
thinking maybe Skeleton Man dropped it.
Why would Skeleton Man be interested in the scale model of a cemetery?
I don't know,
Good
Ned. It is
question.
pretty impressive.
Maybe I'll take a real good look around
haven't
in there
seen
and see
it.
if I can find out.
Good idea.
You haven't seen it. It is a pretty impressive miniature. I'd be pretty interested in it too.
I'm still trying to figure out how you got to be friends with Henry.
We all
Well,
are
we're
asking
not
that
best
question.
friends or anything. Heck, we're not really even friends. I just feel sorry for the guy. I mean, he never hangs
all
out with
do.
anyone between classes, and when I'd heard there'd been a death in the family, I just wanted to make sure
Oh,
he
he's
was
still
okay
in
all by
school?
himself down there.
Oh, I thought you
Don't
graduated
worry, he's
already.
fine.
I guess not.
Although I think he misses his
I guess in the
parents
canon,
a
Ned
lot.
stays
I saw
perpetually
Matt
in
the
college.
cemetery by what I
What a
think is
horrible
their
fate.
crypt. He seemed pretty upset.
I'm not surprised. I get the feeling that what Henry looks like on the outside is just the opposite of what he looks like on the
He's a
inside.
big
You know,
softy.
you're a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, I know.
Bruno Bolet's housekeeper, Renee, is still here, despite the fact that she and Henry don't really get along that well.
Why do you
Why?
think she's staying on?
She
That's the
says it's
question.
because Bruno paid her in advance.
For
But
what?
you don't believe her.
10% of Bruno's estate is supposed to go to her. Only she thinks Henry's been selling off Bruno's assets on the sly. So it wouldn't surprise me if she's staying on so she can keep tabs on him.
How much of Bruno's estate is Henry supposed to get?
Why doesn't Henry just kick
That's a
her the
pretty
fuck
healthy
out?
chunk. He wouldn't be selling stuff on the sly. This Renee person sounds kind of paranoid.
What this Renee person is freaky.
In what way?
She wanted me to drink some strange-looking concoction after I passed out from the smoke bomb, but she refused to tell me what was in it. And she wears this weird little pouch around her neck. Says what's
Ugh.
inside it connects her to the energy that powers the universe.
Why doesn't Henry just kick her the
She's
fuck
probably
off
harmless.
the property?
Stay on her good side.
It's his house
Just
now.
in
Like,
case.
why is she there? Just tell her to take a hike. We don't need a hint yet.
Better get going.
I haven't gotten
Keep me
that
posted.
stuck
You got
yet.
that?
Got
We
it.
will later
Bye,
in the
Ned.
game.
Bye,
I'm
Ned.
sure. Okay, let's call Bess, and that's probably a good place to end it, because every time you call Bess or Nancy, it switches the point of views between the characters. So let's see what good old Bess is up
Hello?
to these
Bess,
days.
hi, it's me.
Hey, Nance. I just got back from shopping, which I am happy to report is fantastic here. So,
What
what's
did you
going on with
buy?
you?
A lot.
a lot is in a whole bunch of fun stuff?
Let me
Yep.
start by telling you what happened when I arrived at Henry's house. I walked up to the front door and discovered it was open. So I walked in.
Thankfully, they skip it. See, this is how they should
You
do
were
it.
knocked
Take
out by
notes,
a
Midnight in
skeleton
Salem.
wearing
We don't
a
need to hear the
red
same
ascot?
shit over and
Someone
over and
dressed
over
as a
again.
skeleton wearing a red ascot.
See, it was
Although the
Fred.
housekeeper
Fred
here
from
thinks it really
Scooby-Doo.
was a skeleton, Mr. Death. But then, she's a little strange.
You think it was a burglar?
I'm not sure. I caught him or her
sneaking around the scale model of a cemetery. And later, I found a tracing of something right by it. So if I could just figure out what it's a tracing of, and
we already
what
did
if
this,
anything it has
Nancy.
to do with that model
Keep
cemetery,
up.
I might be able to figure out who Skeleton Man is.
I know that tone of voice. You're
Keep
not
up.
leaving there until you've done just that, are you?
Actually, I'm not leaving because they've canceled cab service around here because of the rain.
Which is
In
the
fact,
stupidest
since
thing
I
I've
can't
ever
go
heard.
anywhere, I'm hoping you can check something out for me. I found some kind of receipt in the fireplace that may or may not be a clue.
What's it a receipt for?
That's what I need to find out. See, it's half burned up. All I can read is the receipt number and the name of the place it's from. Zeke's.
Zeke's? You gotta be kidding me.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm sitting here on our balcony in the French Quarter looking down at a place across the street called Zeke's.
That's
Oh my
great.
God.
So go over there and ask whoever's behind the counter what receipt number 21-387.
This rain doesn't even seem that heavy. It seems like ridiculous that cabs would not be running in this weather.
You want me to snoop?
Come
I
on,
wouldn't
Bess.
call
Be
it
useful for
snooping.
once in your life.
Forget it. Not gonna do it.
Bess,
I'm not good at that sneaking around stuff, Nancy. I get nervous. My
I'm
tongue
not
gets all
good at
knotted
it,
up, my
Nancy.
palms sweat, to say nothing of my arms.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to help. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do nothing
just
for the
go
whole
in and
game.
ask what it's for. No big
Stare at this
deal.
old man across the
Maybe
street.
not for
Be
you.
creepy.
Bess, you can do it.
This is not gonna end well. I just know it. Okay, I'll call you as soon as it's over.
I'll be waiting.
It's not going to end well. Whose receipt is this? What's it for? Well, I can't tell you that. Damn. Foiled again. That's what's going to happen. Well, this seems like a good place to cut it, everybody, because we've finished a pretty good healthy chunk of the first introductory section of the game, anyway. Hopefully it recorded properly this time. Dear God, I hope it recorded properly. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and hope it cheered you up a little bit in these scary, depressing times. And look forward to the next part. Thanks, I'll see you later.